Welcome to the Eat Better, Move Better, Live Better podcast presented by Flourish with Tracy, where we'll dive into the realms of holistic wellness, plant-based nutrition, yoga, and self-care to help you live your best life. Tune in every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern for our special segments. Meditation Monday, start your week with mindfulness. Wellness Wednesdays, get the midweek boost you need. Sadhana Saturdays, dedicate weekends to personal growth. Join us as we explore and discuss all things to eat better, move better, and live better. Welcome. Today, let's discuss something that affects us all, our relationships with screens, phones, computers, televisions, tablets, even smartwatches. They're part of daily life. But too often they take more and more of our time, attention, and energy than we realize. Because of this, it's important to know when it's time to take a step back, to go offline, and to do so with a plan, a holistic digital detox. Not just cutting back, but understanding what dangers come with too much use, and most importantly, how to find nourishing alternatives for ourselves and our families. So what counts as digital exposure? When we say screens or digital exposure, we mean more than just phones. It's all of the things I've mentioned above, including video game consoles, handheld devices, tablets, streaming services, smart speakers, the little notifications on the smartwatch, extended audio-visual content, binge watching, even listening to long audio content, books, podcasts, online videos, or instructional material. And this also includes passive exposure to things like television playing in the background while we cook or do homework. All of these moments add up. Screen time isn't only about time lost. It affects every part of us, the body, through posture, sleep, and energy, reduced physical activity. It affects the mind through focus, mood, decreased attention span, rumination, anxiety, mood swings. Socially impacting our relationships by pulling us out of presence with those we love or weakening our in-person communication skills. And it even affects us in spirit because constant distraction takes us away from deeper rest, meaning, and purpose. And it may impact children developmentally, less outdoor play, interruptions to language and functional development. It may even impact our occupational work or productivity due to decreased creativity and burnout. So how do you know if screen time is becoming a problem? Well, here are a few signs. If you're having difficulty cutting down despite wanting to, when you try to cut down but you just can't, you feel drawn back to it. It's interfering with your work, school, relationships. Your sleep is suffering because of late night scrolling. You are preoccupied with devices and you feel anxious when separated from your phone. You lose interest in offline activities, hobbies, become less and less or fade away. Your family or work time is constantly interrupted. And you're using screens to escape emotions on a frequent basis. And it begins to manifest physically. Eye strain, neck or shoulder pain, headaches. This doesn't mean that you're weak or bad. It just means that technology is hooking us. And it's designed to hook us. It's not new. Our current world has evolved to this point because of technology. Think of all the inventions over the past hundreds or thousands of years that make life today more convenient. Example, the light bulb. That's technology. It's not that technology is bad. It's how much we consume at a given time, and what we consume is where the issues may arise. In our current world, our technology has evolved into apps and platforms that are designed to capture and hold our attention. Likes, streaks, streaming, notifications, and all of these things become dopamine triggers. And dopamine is a chemical within our body that sends a reward or pleasure signal to the brain. Current technology apps are built on variable rewards, the same principle that are used in slot machines. When we're bored, stressed, or lonely, screens are always there, accessible to provide a quick, perceived relief, instant distraction, or gratification. The key is learning to see these patterns clearly so that you can stop and step away. And in addition to physical, mental, and social dangers of too much screen time, there's also an energetic dimension that we rarely talk about. Our bodies, minds, and emotions all operate on frequencies. Every thought, every feeling, every cell has a vibrational signature. When we spend hours among hours immersed in digital devices, that natural vibration can be disrupted, scattered, overstimulated, or pulled into lower states. Digital detox can restore vibrational harmony. When we think about the body's frequencies, EMFs and constant blue light stimulation agitate our nervous system, disrupting our sleep rhythms and lowering our natural energy coherence. Digital detox period allows the body's natural circadian rhythm, breath cycles, and heart rate variability to realign. The body naturally rises into a higher coherence, which feels like calm, balance, and vitality. Think of it like tuning an instrument. Too much digital noise leaves us out of tune, while detoxing lets the body retune to its natural pitch to restore you. When our mind and emotional fields need digital detoxing, we will find that continuous scrolling, comparing, and information overload will scatter attention and lower emotional vibrations through stress, anxiety, or feelings of inadequacy. When we step away, the mind clears. The alpha and theta brain waves increase, linked to creativity, intuition, and peace. Emotionally, gratitude, joy, and compassion naturally emerge, all of which vibrate at higher frequencies. Screen scatters, silence gathers. Detoxing shifts us from static to harmony. And for our relational and collective energies, screens at the dinner table or during family time fracture connection. Everyone is vibrating in their own bubble. Digital detox invites presence. Eye contact, laughter, and shared stories align family energy into resonance. Children especially feel this shift. They naturally regulate when adults model calm, screen-free presence. Spiritually, our spiritual fields can be disrupted when constant stimulation pulls us away from subtle awareness, scattering our ability to sense intuition or higher guidance. Digital silence opens the field for deeper perception. Digital detox reconnects us with nature's frequency, sunrise, sunset, and the earth's resonance. Spiritually, we return to presence, clarity, coherence. When we detox, we just don't free time. We clear our energetic channels, making space for insight, wisdom, and a deeper sense of connection with life itself. And you can practice integrating to feel your frequency. For example, you can turn your devices completely off for 1 hour. And while you do so, sit outside in natural light. placing one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. And just take 10 deep breaths, simply noticing the shift in your field. You can ask yourself, how does my body feel without digital noise? How does my energy expand? And that's why detoxing is more than just removing screens. A digital detox is not only about the reduction of distraction, it's about restoring your frequency. By clearing vibrational disruptors, we return to coherence with ourselves, our families, and the natural world. And it's about replacing them with life-giving activities to develop a holistic approach and framework to recognize when it's time to digitally detox. And put some actionable steps in place to help you step away. And the first is just being aware. Notice what you're actually doing. And if you're not sure, you can track your actual use. How long have you been logged in? Set an alarm to say, wait a minute, let's take a break. You may be surprised to discover how much time you are actually digitally plugged in. Do an audit. Write down what you did for each hour and how did it make you feel. And you can ask each evening, what screen time helped me today and what cost me energy? And pause. Think about the last time you checked your phone. Was it for purpose or was it out of habit? Set boundaries, set curfews, and establish no phone zones. Practice not visiting particular apps or sites and take a break. We don't need to know everything. It's okay not to be logged in or constantly seeking information or to be available or on for 24/7. Boundaries don't have to be harsh. Start small. No phones at mealtime. No screens for the first 30 minutes after waking. All devices off an hour before bedtime. Disable non-essential notifications. See boundaries as rituals of protection, not punishment. And embrace out of sight, out of mind. Dock your phone, place them in baskets or charging stations outside of the bedroom. If possible, use single-purpose devices such as a dedicated e-reader versus a full internet tablet. Use grayscale mode, removing social apps from the home screen. Hide badges and create analog anchors, physical books, paper journals, a whiteboard calendar. Replace online time with activities that satisfy your needs. Example, read an actual book and turn the pages instead of listening to one. Go outside for a jog in the park instead of looking at a virtual course while on a treadmill. It's okay to occasionally listen to an audiobook or enjoy a virtual trail. The key is to balance and ensure that the virtual digital version is not the main source or go-to for these activities. Nature abhors a vacuum. If we remove screens, we need to replace them with life-giving activities, movement, dancing, walking, creatively with music, drawing or cooking, socially playing board games, storytelling, time outdoors, gardening, mindfulness, meditation, breath work, or stillness to increase the digital downtime tolerance and to address triggers that help quiet urges. And you can replace with a time structure, perhaps 5 minutes. Use this for deep breaths to stand and stretch, sip some water, or step outside. 15 minutes, you can go for a short walk, enjoy a phone-free snack, or take a moment to journal. If you have a full 60 minutes, an hour, cooking, playing a quick board game, perhaps create some art, meet a friend, or garden. Imagine, instead of an hour scrolling, you and your family or friends could share an evening walk or create something together. And then you can redesign your environment to be more conducive to a less digital space. For example, remove the television from the living room or the bedroom. Change your surroundings and how you enjoy a specific space to make it more easier to succeed. Our environment often decides for us. If your phone is on the nightstand, you reach for it. Instead, create the charging station as mentioned outside of the bedroom. Put distracting apps in folders or delete them temporarily. Keep those physical books, the journals, and puzzles visible. When your environment supports you, your willpower is less necessary because it will occur naturally. And embrace community and accountability. When you do this with others, it helps increase detoxing for everyone. Do it with your family, do it with your friends. Families sometimes can face a special challenge. The key is to co-create rules with everyone within the home, especially children. Involve them, don't just impose. Make each rule regarding digitally detoxing age appropriate. Replace enforcement with engaging activities and alternatives. And model the behavior you want. Lead by example. Everyone else in the home, especially the kids, will copy what they see. And keep screen time minimal, especially for the little ones, and prioritize play. For early school age children, set simple limits like no screens during meals. Tweens can start learning online safely with online safety and establish privacy. For teens, this is where you begin to negotiate trust and where it matters the most. Involve them in the contract. Let them help you design it and guide them towards responsibility. Together, fill in the rules like, this is where our device-free zone will be. This is our curfew times, and you follow the curfews that you've established as well. This is our weekly unplanned activity, and here's a consequence plan if the rules are not kept. Most importantly, focus on connection, not control. When families work together, it becomes a shared agreement, not just a rule. It all begins with auditing the usage. Small steps, real results. You can always see what worked, what was hard, why it was hard, and what did you replace it with. Awareness, and begin with one boundary, is key. Redesigning the environment. Meaningful rituals instead of looping through apps. And ongoing practices, like a weekly unplugged day. Gradual, sustainable change. Validate your feelings about what you're going through when you detox. Look at the alternatives that are available, choosing a board game or music. And avoid feeling ashamed. Begin to detach the emotions from the digital stimulation. Remember, if you feel bored, that may not necessarily be a bad thing. Boredom often sparks creativity. If you're feeling cravings when you detach digitally, pause. Notice the urge. Ask, why now? before opening the app. Create micro rituals before checking. Breathe slowly for a minute before you log in, and pause and breathe before you post or react to something. And you can ask yourself, do I really want to do this, or am I just restless? What can I do instead? Often the urge will pass. Just close your eyes, feel your breath, notice the urge to check or move, and allow it to soften. Now, what if you work online? It's okay. Set clear home-work boundaries. Batch entertainment time separately. If other members in your space aren't joining you, once again, lead by example. You start. You model the benefits. And if you're on a good start but you relapse, it's okay. See it as information, not necessarily failure. See where you need to make an adjustment and try again. If, however, screen use causes severe withdrawal, mood deterioration, functional impairment, panic, or you feel a major disruption in your life, or if there's some sort of conflict within your space and it's escalating within the family, or behavior control is lost, seek professional help. And if you notice these patterns are persistent and severe, and if you feel you just can't reduce the screen time despite severe consequences, and you feel a sense of panic or insomnia or extreme withdrawal, anytime just thinking about being separated from your devices, you may need to seek professional help. And then finally, if you see significant decline in your overall production, work, or school performance or in your relationships, reach out, seek help. There are therapists and trained professionals who specialize in clinically treating digital and behavior addictions. Remember, digitally detoxing isn't about perfection, it's about presence. Even small steps can make a profound difference. And you can begin today. Try one simple act of placing your phone in another room while you prepare and enjoy a meal. Or this evening, place your phone in another room outside your bedroom. Notice how you feel in the morning. Technology is powerful, but so are you. Reclaim your time. Focus. Connect with the people and the world around us. May your digital detox bring you clarity, balance, and joy. Thank you for sharing time and space today. Namaste. Thanks for tuning in. I hope today's insights help you on a personal journey towards a healthier, happier life. Don't forget to join every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern for more self-care and holistic wellness tips. Before you go, make sure to comment, click the bell, like, and subscribe buttons for upcoming episode notifications. Be sure to always consult a medical professional before making any major changes regarding your health, diet, or routine. In the meanwhile, stay motivated, stay inspired, and remember, every step you take is one step closer to a better you. Until next time, keep flourishing, and as always, may all be well.